And welcome back into the Irn Cru podcast, a Scottish NFL podcast made in Scotland by NFL lovers. And tonight I am delighted to welcome in a very special guest, Griff Whitman from LFG Boston. He's here to help us break down the Super Bowl for us from a Patriots perspective, of course, with the boots on the ground, what's going on in Boston. Griffin, very much welcome to the Gridiron Crew. Great to have you on.
Great to be here. Excited to be back in another Super Bowl. Let's go, Pats.
Let's go, indeed. Great to talk to you again. I think just to give a wee bit of context, we have spoken before, very briefly, before it was part of the tailgating of it was the Carolina Panthers game, home game. You were doing your thing for LFG Boston, and we had a conversation beforehand where you'd asked me to give a hype-up video for the Patriots, and what a season it's been since then.
It's a moment you might see in the championship DVD as the turning point. Since then, it's been quite a run for all the Patriots out there.
I don't like to take all the credit, but if you're giving it, I will take it. But to be honest, though, just this is a personal sort of thanks to you, because I love what you guys are doing in LFG Boston. As a Boston sports fan, massive Patriots fan, as you know, we watch from afar. I'm 3,000 miles away from you right now. And although we're immersed in the game, what I love about what you guys and you're doing in LFG Boston is it takes you to the heart of the fans. It gets you right in amongst the action, gets you in with that atmosphere and, what the vibe is like sort of on the ground. And so absolutely love it. It really takes me back to those great memories I've had of going to Gillette Stadium. And, it just makes me jealous and want to get back there tomorrow sort of thing. So thanks very much for that.
Of course.
No. But let's get right into it, right? Because I don't want to take up too much of your time and really appreciate it. It's obviously getting late and it'll be close to, dinner time for yourself there. But the first place I want to start, right, because I think this sort of sets the tone for the Patriots so far is, what's the reaction been in Boston to the Hall of Fame snubs, not only for Bill Belichick, but Robert Kraft? Over here, I'm kind of looking at it and I'm seeing this as almost like an anti-Patriots take. Anything Patriots is bad. We're going to lose the Super Bowl. Out Robert Kraft, out Bill Belichick. Is that the kind of reaction you're feeling amongst the sort of Boston sports fans?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just classic timing right before the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. People are throwing punches to try and take down the greatest franchise in all of sports, but it's been a consistent theme for decades. They hate us because they ain't us, and I think specifically in the Hall of Fame snubs, it's very applicable. You look at a guy like Bill Polian, who, I mean, he claimed that he didn't remember who he voted for, if he voted for Belichick or not. And it's just, it's a bit of shenanigans. Somebody that time and time again couldn't beat the Patriots, lost, and just a petty old man who wants to take it out all these years later with something that should be prestigious. And it really is a shame because, I mean, come on, if Belichick isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, there should be no coach that should ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He has the best resume of any coach, and he is the greatest coach. So, yeah, it's just it's a bunch of BS. But at the end of the day, it's not what we're focusing on at this time of the year. We're focusing on winning another ring and hoisting another banner in Gillette Stadium.
How much do you think that plays into the team's hands, though? This feeling of being the underdog, of being disrespected, having the rest of the NFL world turning against us, wanting to see us lose. Do you think that's something that Vrabel, we've got a saying over here when it comes to soccer, is like, you pin that up in the locker room. Do you think the team are going to see that all over the place? I see there was something tonight with like Tony Dungy as well. Can't remember who you voted for, or was no comment. Do you think these things are getting plastered up all over the Patriots locker room right now just to give them that little bit extra of motivation if they ever needed it?
Yeah, I mean, classic bulletin board material. I don't think anything maybe with Belichick or Kraft is going to be what's getting this team fired up, but Vrabel will do whatever necessary to make sure that our team is in the right mindset to execute on Sunday. And certainly, I mean, they are an underdog this year. I don't think any of the previous 100 Super Bowls the Patriots have played in my life, they've been underdogs. So it's a little bit of a new feeling, but I think we're the better team on paper. I think we've been the better team all season. I think we have the edge at coach. I think we got the edge at quarterback. I think we got the edge on defense. And I kind of like the Pats on Sunday.
Yeah, no, we do. We'll definitely get into that. Just on the top of it, I actually researched it. Do you know over the last 10 since 2001 against the Rams, we've actually only been the favourite of 3 Super Bowls. Carolina, Eagles, and then the and the Giants in 2007.
We were only the favorite in 3 of them?
Apparently so, according to my research. So, and I like it being a dog, but I always see that though. I found that with all the, that I'm lucky enough. This is now my 9th Super Bowl following the Patriots that I've been able to watch, and I always prefer that feeling of being the underdog, being counted out. It's just, I think it's the Scottish in me. That we're always the underdogs, so I kind of like that. But just kind of getting back, how do you see this Super Bowl team to previous Super Bowl teams? Now, I don't know, you're a good bit younger than me here, Griff. I'm I'm getting in my 40s now, but I'm thinking back to that early 2001 Patriots team, when the underdogs against the greatest show on turf. Do you see similarities with the teams back then rather than the later sort of Brady Belichick like Dynasty 2.0 teams?
I purchased my Super Bowl 36 hat at the beginning of this season as a nod to this was going to be the 2001 season, but 2025 edition. And it really has lived up to that. I mean, you come into the season, you have 0 expectations, unless you're a diehard Patriots fan like myself, and like yourself. We've been saying Super Bowl since September, since August in training camp. Feels good to be right.
Always.
But yeah, I mean, they just have had this underdog team mentality. It doesn't feel like there's any superstars. They got a mean defense that just torches teams, and they've kind of just had, this team buy-in that it is similar to that 2001. And I think we will get into the later Drake May years, like the later Tom Brady years, where, he's lighting up the stat sheet and throwing 50 touchdowns and hitting, a deep receiver, Randy Moss. But yeah, this does feel like the 2001 team, and I think they're going to cap it off in 2001 fashion.
I would love to see that. So would you put that down to, do you think, is this something that Vrabel's brought in? Because obviously Vrabel was a part of that team. He played in those early Super Bowls as part of that Dynasty, 1.0 version. Because I feel like, what's Vrabel really bringing to this team that I guess Mayo didn't, that was quite clear. And also later Belichick, is it just he's more a player's coach?
Well, he's closer in age to these guys. He's lived it. He's done it. He's not super far removed. So I think he just gets it on a different level than most coaches. And I mean, it's unbelievable what Mike Vrabel has been able to do so quickly. It's like he has just pushed every button to perfection. I can't think of one thing throughout an entire course of the season that I would disagree. I fully trust every decision he's made, and he's only 50. And so it's crazy to think that I don't see him going anywhere for a long time. I don't see Drake May going anywhere for a long time. So it's just kind of we're back, we're here, and we've got an exciting multiple decades. And one of my favorite questions I asked fans this year is Vrabel going to win more Super Bowls as a player in New England or as a coach in New England? And
what was the decision?
It was pretty split. But I'm a betting man. I've been betting on the Pats for a long time, and I think Vrabel's going to win more than 3 in New England as a coach.
I should go and bet the over on that one. That sounds good to me. Again, ever the optimist, but why not? When you look at such a young team we've got, it feels like it's been many years since we've hit in a draft like we've hit this year. To see so many rookies contributing in such a big way to the team is just brilliant to see. And I guess Vrabel plays into that as well, being able to develop these young players where maybe quite the patience for the rookie mistakes. He was quite prone to benching, if there if there was a mistake, but you look at what Vrabel did after the Steelers game, week 3, to Ramondre Stevenson, for example, he just put an arm round about him, brought him in, and his confidence got in, and that's just something that I think we're seeing. What do you make of this young rookie class? The rookies we've got in the team?
It's been great. Trevion, I think an interesting note is Belichick, I think he drafted one punter from Ohio State, but in all the years Belichick coached, he never drafted any players from Ohio State, a traditional powerhouse football program. And Mike Vrabel comes in, he's an Ohio State guy, immediately takes an Ohio State running back, and it's great to see. I don't lean Michigan or Ohio State, but I know Ohio State produces great football players, and so I was surprised to see Belichick had never really gone after the Buckeyes. But here we are. We got a Buckeye coaching, and he's bringing in a Buckeye in his rookie year and already making a large impact. So, yeah, tremendous cross. I mean, Will Campbell, he's got some room to grow, but, overall, it's just been a great season. Rookies, veterans, new guys, old guys.
Well, I guess that's what sort of you look at. We've got obviously Matt Collins walking about doing his Warriors impression just now. And with that warrior mentality, how has the sort of New England and Boston areas really taken into this sort of narrative of because we're seeing this Warriors go. Do you know what it reminded me of? Dare I say it, the Eagles' 5th Super Bowl 52, so we know where the dog masks. Do you think, again, this is just something that's going to kind of play into, or is that a gimmick? Because to me, I look at it from here and we're kind of seeing this camaraderie, what I feel we've not had for a long time, a real team spirit. As I said, it really reminds me back to the 2001, them being introduced as a team. Is that what the guys like, Stephon Diggs and Matt Collins has been able to bring to this team?
Yeah, absolutely. And it translates off the field. And in Boston, where privileged, spoiled, you accustomed to winning championships regularly. And I think that's what's fun is you see the different personas and energies and vibes and for not necessarily just gimmicks isn't the right word, but just traditions or superstitions that they take on. And we've seen so many of them in Boston, and you sometimes can just tell it immediately. And this is the type of team that you really felt this special juice to them for a long time, and seeing, we all we got, we all we need, and just how they've come together, and, the Bottles and Mac and Barefoot. They got all the elements of a team that is ready for a parade in Boston.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Honestly, I'm getting so excited.
You gonna fly out for the parade?
Sorry?
You're going to fly out to Boston for the parade?
I would love to. I was very close to coming over to watch the game, but unfortunately, just some issues at home and just kind of looking after my my kids and things like that. We've not been able to make it happen. But I'll be back over soon. I would love to come out for the parade when we win. That's me stamping my colours to the mast there.
Will they have a parade in Scotland, a Patriots parade, if we win?
It'll probably be me just running down the middle of Glasgow, probably buck naked. But we'll see. We'll see if we can get a couple of people to join me. I'm sure Big Scud, Big Pat's friend.
We would love that. We could get some Boston.
We'll get video footage of it. I hope I'm coming through okay there. Sorry, I know my internet's playing up, so apologies if it is a wee bit robotic. But let's jump to the game then. We kind of mentioned Will Campbell. I'm going to start on a negative, I suppose, because I look across this team and I don't see too many. But the left side of our offensive line, obviously the 2 rookies in there, Campbell, Wilson. Is that a part of maybe not the one part of the team, but is that a part of the team that's giving you concern getting into this matchup when you look at who's on the opposite side?
Generally, no concern anywhere. I think that there's 2 possible outcomes for this game. I think one of them is a nail biter, and the Patriots come out in a one possession victory at late, or I think there's a good chance this team could win by 2, 3, 4, 5 scores. I just think they have the ability to shut them down on defense. I'm not really worried about Sam Darnold, and hey, I'll eat my words if I need to, but Sam Darnold is just, he's kind of a loser, and you don't think losers win big games. And I can't see him picking apart this defense. I can see Drake May having a playoff game, coming alive. He has yet to really, really light it up yet this postseason. And no concern, trust our team. They're doing what they got to do. And it's time to bring the Lombardi back home.
Yes. I'm so excited. Sorry. I keep on reacting every time to that. No, try and be professional, but I love it. Is that where you see the key matchup is, though? Let's get Darnold off his mark. Let's get him seeing ghost. You see big Milton Williams, Barmore, Tonga, throw the house at them, just mix up those different looks from defence to really make them uncomfortable. To me, that's the obvious key to winning this game. We've seen it before. As I mentioned, I think in our podcast last night, Darnold, I think, is 0-6 against us. Is that where can you really see this being the defence taking control and just maybe taking that pressure off Drake?
Absolutely. And I'd love to see Barmore get in on offense as a fullback, or even Tonga get in there and catch a touchdown pass. I think it's inevitable that those types of plays will happen in the Vrabel regime. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Tonga touchdown here in San Francisco on Sunday.
Oh, I'd lose my shit big time. I would seriously lose it, because that would be unreal. Because obviously, look back to the what Super Bowl was it where Vrabel caught a touchdown pass? Was that against Carolina, or was it?
He did it 38, and he did it.
Yeah. Oh, he did twice, didn't he? Yeah, that's right.
So and they actually had Richard Seymour out there blocking in there too. So just you just love seeing old Patriots highlights, and those 03, 04 years, they were just so dominant. And I think Vrabel knows a lot of the ins and outs and will apply that type of skills and schemes into this new regime.
My prediction last night is that it would be an Andy Borregales walk-off field goal, just to replicate that Adam Vinatieri, or twice he did it with walk-off wins back in the day. It really does just. I can just see that reflection going back. The other area I think is really going to be key for us, and I guess stopping the Seahawks, is special teams. And once again, I would absolutely lose my shit to see Marcus Jones take one to the house. How big a key do you think special teams will be in this game? Because I look at the other side, they've got what's his name, Shaheed. Obviously, he's very capable. Schooler's got to go on his game. Do you see special teams really kind of dominating here as well?
Yeah, I think equal parts special teams, offense, defense, and everybody knows that they got to take care of their job. And I certainly love having Marcus Jones back there. I think that was the first touchdown of the Carolina game, was the Marcus Jones punt return. And that was literally the moment where it was like, all right, since then they have dominated every half of football other than one minor blip against the Bills. It's too bad we couldn't have been able to play them and take care of them in the AFC Championship. But we deal with the cards we're dealt, and we're in the Super Bowl, and they're not.
Speaking of the sort of cards, how has the Boston sort of media, people, fans sort of reacted to all the talk? It's, this team stinks and it is just all the schedule.
At the end of the day, you play who you play, and we've just happened to beat everybody we've played, and it doesn't matter. 7 of the last 10 Super Bowl champions have had historically easy schedules. Maybe the Patriots is up there for sure, but we saw in the last 5 years when the Patriots were bad, they couldn't beat bad football teams. So this year, when you play bad football teams and you pound them all, it feels good. And we didn't just pound them, we eviscerated them. I think there's a crazy statistic. 11 of the teams' wins we had this season, all their coaches are fired. I mean, granted, you got the whole division, 2 wins against the Jets, a win against the Bills, 2 against the Dolphins. There's 5 right there. But we didn't just beat teams; we forced them to question their future in the NFL and say we need to go in a different direction. So it's a testament to how dominant this team has been, and you play who you play, and looking forward to playing.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, isn't it? This is the NFL. This is professional football. There is, I know they will say it, there is no easy games apart from the Jets, but fuck the Jets.
Yeah.
But you look at teams like the Rams who lost to the Panthers, who we put 42 on, I think it was. It's so easy to go away, especially being that sort of road warrior team. That mentality, going out and going 9-0 away from home on the road is just. I don't think there's enough credit or respect given. And again, I think this just builds up this mentality of go out there and prove to people that actually know we are the best team in the National Football League. How kind of talking about, we've got to obviously touch on Drake May. Any concerns over that part of the world about his shoulder injury, or do you think the lad's going to be good to go?
He'll be good to go, or the medical staff will have him consuming things that will have him good to go. So he'll be out there. He'll be slinging. And I did want to fact check you real quick on the Super Bowl lines. I did get it pulled up, and I'm going to run through the lines on there because the Patriots have been favored in every Super Bowl.
Oh, have they?
2001, they were plus 14 against the Rams. But then since then, against the Panthers, they were -7. Against the Eagles, they were -7. Against the Giants in 2007, they were -12. Against the Giants in 2011, they were -2.5. Seahawks, they were a pick 'em. Falcons the Patriots were -3. Second Eagles -4, and second Rams -2.5. So they have been absolutely favored, and this is the first real dog they've been since 2001.
There you go. See, ladies and gentlemen, ChatGPT lies, right? Okay, I was very lazy in my research.
You got to get off ChatGPT. It's not the AI platform to use.
It's not. I thought even something as I was going to say trivial, but there's nothing trivial about the Pats. But no, obviously got it wrong. But I stand corrected. So this is why we've got experts like yourself, Griff, on here to actually put, chumps like myself, right? But back to Drake. How do we manage Drake? Because I've got a concern that Drake, maybe the nerves gets the better of him at times. We've seen him fumble. We've seen him not protecting the ball well. Early on in these, particularly against the Chargers and the Texans, I felt the first half in particular, it looked very nervy. His throwing was just a bit off, wee bit too high, wee bit thrown under. And then he'd commit the second half an absolute ball. Would you play it with Rabes? Would you set him up, run game, establish it, and just try and just settle the lad into the game?
He certainly has had some nerves on and off throughout his young career, but he's young. He's 23 years old, and he's playing under the biggest lights in the world. So, I trust that those are just early career moments of getting used to this, and as he continues to get reps, that will happen less frequently. But it happened with Brady too. I mean, Brady, how many times would he come out in the first quarter and dig ourselves a hole and start trailing and having to come back? I mean, but that's what made Brady so special, was he could hit a pin from 100 yards away anytime in the fourth quarter, and he did it every single time. But quick note on Brady, kind of an asshole saying he's got no dog in the fight. Excuse my language. I don't know if we're allowed to say that. But
you can say all the swears you like.
No dog in the fight, Tom. You won 6 fucking Super Bowls with the Patriots, including beating the Seahawks in one of the most iconic games of all time. And you can't just say you're rooting for the Pats. It's it's a little of an a-hole move by Tommy Terrific, but it's all right.
I thought that as well, particularly when you're seeing the bullshit that's coming out of guys like bloody Cam Newton and stuff like that. Former quarterbacks just don't seem ever. But and this is what I was talking about. This sort of mentality of it just seems to be a pile on top the now of the Patriots. Is everybody's getting the kicks in. All the floating heads that are out there are telling us we have no chance. It'll be an easy win. We had Pat Surtain at the Pro Bowl yesterday, I think, saying that they're going to win like 35-7 and things like that. It just seems like there's a lot, but that's just somebody's butt hurt after losing the championship game, really, isn't it? Yeah. How, I don't know if this is the right question to ask at this time, but how is there a worry about this game, like with Drake May? I'm just wondering about how much of a game this could be for him when it comes to a win projects him into like superstar territory. It becomes the next face of the NFL if he isn't already. What could a loss do to him? Could that hurt his confidence, or do you think this lad's made of the right stuff and win or lose, we're in good hands for the future?
We can have that conversation hypothetically if it were to come into fruition, but Drake May's going to ball. The Pats are going to hoist number 7, and we're bringing a parade back to Boston.
Yes! Let's go! So, as I say, I don't want to keep you too long. I'm aware of the kind of time, and I know you're a very busy man.
Yeah, I'm actually headed out tomorrow morning to San Francisco. So,
brilliant!
We'll have boots on the ground. I'm going to be at Radio Row tomorrow and Friday doing some interviews, see who we can chat it up with. Shout out to Game Time, the best place to get your tickets, and should be electric all weekend. And just ready. I've been to 3 Super Bowls before. I'm 2-1, and looking to get that third boots on the ground, and just it's a city that hasn't had a parade since 2019 for the Pats, and
far too long.
We're excited, and
it's been like 2 years since. Is it 2 years since the Celtics?
Yeah, a little bit less, but who's really counting?
Yeah, but even 2 years is too long for such a town like Boston.
But the good news is it's going to come in chunk plays here in 2026, because this Patriot catapults right into Tatum coming back, into Celtics winning 19, into I don't know, a lot of pressure on Roman Anthony, but Sox, they've had the right energies. They just need a little bit more buy-in from ownership, player.
Absolutely.
Way. But
that's why we love Boston sports.
And the Bruins too. Can't forget about the Bruins.
No, definitely not. It's just what this town does. It's just wins championships. That's it. That's why they hate us, because they ain't us. That's it. So. Are you got a ticket for the game? Will you actually be going to the big game itself?
I'll be going on into the game. I haven't flushed out all my logistics. Might wind up just getting nosebleeds sitting way up top. I'm going with a buddy who I've been to some games with, and it's going to be fun. But Patriots fans will be filming content all weekend, trying to be getting stuff up in real time. So check out LFG Boston. Let's fucking go Boston. All about giving a voice to the fans of Boston, everything happening around the field rather than actually on the field. So I'm sure we're going to get some energies and fun stories this weekend. And just grateful to be a Patriots fan, because you could be a fan of any other NFL team, and most of them are shit. You think about, it's been 2019, 6 or 7 Super Bowls, and it's either been the Chiefs every year or the Bengals once. Every other team in the AFC missed their window, and now they're looking up at Drake May, 23 years old, Mike Vrabel, 50 years old, and they're saying, wow, like, it's going to be the Patriots for a long time. 10,
Absolutely.
15, 20, 30 years. I don't know. Drake May could win 7. We'll see.
And that is why we have so many spicy Bills fans out there right now, because they know their window shut big time.
They'll be back next year, but it'll be a good rivalry next year. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. But interesting with all these head coach changes, though, to see how much Joe Brady can actually change that team. Does he have the edge? But again, that's a conversation for another time. So I need to know, when we win, will you be streaming the Duck Boats live, or? And I'll need to get my fix of that parade if I'm not going to make it over.
Yeah, we'll be pumping content. LFG Boston, we are rolling. We've got some new help on the team, and getting ready to ramp it up into 2026. So we'll definitely have the content rolling for the parade, and excited to keep building on the community of Boston diehard fans. And we have fun. If you don't know us, check us out. Let's fucking go Boston. And yeah, giving a voice to the fans.
Amazing. Right, one more question before you go. Give me your score prediction.
Patriots 31, Seahawks 10. I got the Pats. I don't think it's close, and I think we're going to be partying it up for the next week. Let's go, Pats.
Let's fucking go. Griffin, an absolute pleasure to have you on with us. Thanks very much for giving up your time. Like you said, I know you're so busy, and obviously heading out to San Francisco as well. Have an amazing trip. Stay safe out there, and go Pats.
Let's go, Pats. We all we got.
All we need. Right. Thanks very much, mate.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
See ya.